some tin cans or something, I don't just leave them there, you know, I grab the tin can and throw it away. I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty, no.
No, you
Yeah.
wouldn't be expected to put
Yeah.
garbage in
Yeah.
a car.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think the point that Miriam is saying is that somebody's notified and it's
It's
taken
getting taken
care
care
of.
of.
That's not
So
what's
yeah,
happening.
ASAP, because a bag overnight, I mean, especially when we have.
Except
like
Miriam,
cruise.
you have a classic case here. This isn't excuse, this is just fact, okay? You have a classic case of people who, A, put out all of their stuff a week early before bulk trash, and then lets it sit there, okay? I got some with his name on it,
Oh, really?
okay? Yes, I do.
Show it to me.
Okay, I have people that come, we know that the garbage guys come twice a week. Garbage trucks come through. When do the bags get left out? 1 hour after they drive through and take all the trash. And then somebody turns around and gets a black bag or a clear bag and throws it out on the curb and runs back inside. And then it sits there. And then, yeah, I get
There's
an
a
email
way to
saying we
handle
need to,
those
we
violations.
search through, we
That's not
search
being
through
done.
those bags to
So your
find out if
violations
there's
being
somebody
done
there.
Trash food, and that's what
If
always
it's a
happens.
renter, if we know it's a renter, a letter needs to go to the unit owner.
I mean, I understand, if I put a bag out and the garbage can, I mean, they didn't pick it up, because it has happened that they don't pick it up when they're supposed to.
Mhm.
Me, as an owner, I would take that bag back to my garbage can until it's the next day. I understand
Yeah.
that. But-
Unfortunately, your neighbors don't. What does the sign
But-
say in front of your house, Sean?
Doesn't matter what it
It
says.
says no black bags.
But I have been to black bags.
What's out there an hour after
I
bulk
have clear
trash
bags in
leaves?
my house.
Black bags. With
Yeah, I
no
didn't-
nothing. And then we
I'm
take
just
it
working on it.
and we bring it to the shed and we store it there until we can get a truck to haul it out. And then what happens, the person who puts the black bag out at midnight, because nobody's watching them, says, this is awesome. Because every single time I have a black bag, maintenance and management has to take it away. So I've got a free way to be able to get rid of my construction garbage. And that's what happens.
What
And
happens?
you know what? It happens all the time. And
When you
every
fix it.
single time you reward bad behavior, it happens more and more. And that's why we have a trash problem. Because we started taking away everybody's trash who left it out lazily 2 hours after the guys went through. And when they see it gone, they do it again and again and again. And I see it in the same place in phase 4 because the same person says to take it away. So the same person somewhere over there, because I've gone through it and we can't find out a name on it. So what's going to happen? You reward a bad behavior, they're going to continue to do it until they get caught. And that's what our problem is. People don't take pride and they just stick their trash out there.
And I understand, but as a property manager, I think the responsibility for you, like I say, okay, it's the owners. For you, if a black garbage bag is like in front of my house, wouldn't you go into my house and ask, is that yours? And give a fine to the owner. So like that, they get responsibilities. But the problem here, nothing has
We
been
do
done.
that all the
I'm gonna
time.
continue
We
my-
knock on the door right in front of it, and of course it's not theirs. They always say it's not
One
theirs.
comment.
And let me tell you, one thing that's very important to understand, and I'm not trying to be combative here, this is Mike's show, okay? But let me tell you what you didn't see in the 5 other companies that you interviewed, and you don't see it in my contract either. I'm responsible for taking away somebody's trash that they leave at the corner. I know we have a maintenance man. I don't have get rid of black bags. Where does it go? Okay? Where does it go? Jay, get rid of it. You know where it goes? We have to take it and hide it, and we have to put it over into the maintenance shed behind there. You know how many black bags accumulate? And then what do I have to do?
Okay,
I have to pay
Jason,
somebody to
continue,
get rid of it.
One
Can I
comment, one
continue?
comment.
Because I know it's late and everybody has, I got 2 more
Just
questions
set
and
the
that's
hours
it.
straight.
How good of a listener you are.
sorry, what was the question?
I'm a bit of a listener.
you are. Like, for example, I tell you, there's a leak,
Okay.
what will you do?
As a homeowner, if you're calling me up or whatever, I would obviously take that down, put it into a work order and follow up with it.
And check.
Yeah.
You will not say that's not a leak because it doesn't have a stain, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say it's not a leak if it's,
exactly,
It's-
looking at somebody here, but anyway, my last question.
sure.
I'm sorry.
Really?
I know
Really?
everybody. What will you bring to Omega Villa that Jay hasn't brought in?
Well, I hope I can bring a different perspective, and as a different individual, I have a different personality, and I hope I can work with the board and the residents to solve a lot of the issues that you're having, and that's what I strive to do, is to identify problems and work on resolving them, because that's what my job is as property manager.
I have a very simple question.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is not personal, it's business. I think the property management needs to change. I think it's been here, a lot of things. I think the trust from the community
Okay.
is in the toilet,
And I'm sorry to hear that.
but it's the
Yeah.
reality, okay? And, I mean, I've talked to Jay, I think he's a nice man, whatever. I haven't had issues to where they had to be addressed, like roofs collapsing, roofs leaking, damage. I haven't had any of that. My interaction with Jay has been minimum. However, some of the interaction that I have had, some pleasant, some not. Okay, I feel that there's a way to speak to people. That's what I would like to see. And I just need to see that the trust, that there's follow through. So if you're going to come on here, my thing is, how are you gonna be able to show the community that you are doing what you're saying? That's all I care about. As long as you do what you say you're gonna do, I'm fine with that. I'm not expecting you to pick up trash. I'm not expecting you to move trash. I'm not expecting you to knock on anybody's door and find out whose the trash is. But I expect you to really manage a maintenance person. Get somebody who is qualified, who is not just riding around, not just pulling a shopping cart, not just here sometime. I walk through this community twice a day. I walk my dog from phase 1 to 4. I see a lot of shit. It's terrible. A lot. And a lot of things need to change, but you're not, the community needs to see that. So I wanna know what the focus is on changing that. That's it.
So,
That maintenance person, if you're not here, that person is here, 9 to 5. These things have to be handled.
yeah, and I think that, again, what I said is, I want to identify the issues and how I would start out with this maintenance person or a new person if we're bringing them on, is to meet with them once a week, beginning of the week, to start out and say, hey, what's the plan for the week?
Once
What-
a week is not enough.
Well,
Initially.
at the beginning of the week, to set a plan,
Right,
then follow up each time I come in on that plan.
right.
That's would be my plan to deal with
I
that.
think something I would recommend is that any board member that wants to do a walkthrough with you, so we can compose a list of items.
Of all the
And
issues
then
that
the board
they're
needs to
worried about.
prioritize them for you and for the maintenance person.
Okay,
Because to me, with all the construction that's going on, a lot of it has to do with groundskeeping. Because, you know, the fences are being replaced, the stucco, this obviously, clubhouse, the pool area, the bathrooms and so forth, but groundskeeping to me is the thing that just screams out. Proper groundskeeping. So, but I think it would be best if, board members members walk and make a list and point things out and say, you know,
I have no problem.
and then bring it to a meeting, the board discusses, here's everything we found, let's prioritize.